Welcome back to Car Flash, where we take you inside the hottest machines in the automotive world, one drive at a time. Today, we're diving deep into a nameplate that might stir some nostalgia, but this isn't just a throwback, it's a full-on reboot. Meet the 2026 Dodge Neon SRT4. A car that fuses old-school street cred with a thoroughly modern twist. For fans of compact performance sedans, this is Dodge putting its foot down again. Exterior. Let's start with the experience begins. That first look. The 2026 Neon SRT4 comes out swinging with a front end that means business. There's a touch of retro DNA here, but it's wrapped in modern aggression. The hood features dual heat extractors that aren't just cosmetic, they help feed air into the turbocharged engine underneath. The LED headlight signature is sharp and almost predatory, with Dodge's signature split grille flanked by large functional air inlets. The lower fascia is sculpted, aerodynamic, and definitely not shy about what this car is meant to do. Moving to the side, the silhouette of the Neon SRT4 tells a story of balance. It's still compact, but the proportions have matured. A lower stance, flared fenders, and aggressive side skirts give it a hunkered-down look that's all about performance. Dodge offers lightweight forged 19-inch wheels as standard, wrapped in high-performance summer tires. The brakes peek through the spoke Brembo 4-piston calipers up front, with ventilated rotors all around. You'll also notice the blacked-out mirrors, integrated turn signals, and the subtle SRT badging just above the side vents. It all screams performance without being over the top. From the rear, things get even more interesting. The 2026 SRT4 features a short deck lid with an integrated ducktail spoiler that adds both style and downforce. The LED taillights form a continuous light bar across the trunk, a nod to modern Dodge styling cues. Below, the rear diffuser is aggressive, but it's not just for show, it's functional, contributing to better airflow. Dual exhaust tips, finished in black chrome, are nicely tucked in and deliver a bark that's far louder than you might expect from a four-cylinder. Interior. Inside, Dodge has gone to great lengths to elevate the SRT4 beyond its budget sport roots. The cabin feels tighter, more focused, and driver-oriented than any Neon before it. First off, the seats. Alcantara and leather-trimmed buckets with bold bolstering keep you in place during aggressive cornering. Red contrast stitching and embroidered SRT logos remind you this isn't your average compact sedan. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed, wrapped in perforated leather, and loaded with tactile controls for media, drive modes, and paddle shifters. The 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster is fully customizable, giving you real-time feedback on boost pressure, lap times, G-forces, and more. At the center, a 10.1-inch Uconnect 6 infotainment system dominates the dash, with haptic feedback, crisp resolution, and support for wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Physical knobs remain for volume and climate out because Dodge knows some drivers still appreciate real controls. A Harman Kardon sound system is available, but honestly, most enthusiasts will likely prefer the mechanical soundtrack this car provides. In terms of cabin quality, the new Neon is a major leap forward. Soft-touch materials on the dash and doors, carbon fiber trim, and subtle ambient lighting help elevate the driving experience. The back seat is a bit tight for taller passengers, but it's more spacious than you would expect in this segment, and there's a 60-40 split for cargo flexibility. The trunk itself is practical, with just over 14 cubic feet of space, enough for a weekend getaway or a track day toolkit. Performance. Now, let's talk about the beating heart of the SRT4. Under the hood is a 2.4-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine pushing 328 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. This power plant is paired to either a 6-speed manual transmission, which we tested and absolutely loved it, or an optional 8-speed dual-clutch automatic with lightning-quick shifts. The engine is an evolution of the Hurricane architecture and features upgraded internals, a larger intercooler, and an electronically controlled wastegate for precise boost delivery. Dodge claims a 0-60 time of 4.9 seconds with the manual and 4.6 with the DCT. On the road, the power delivery is linear but punchy. There's barely any turbo lag, and the mid-range torque makes for effortless overtakes. In corners, the SRT tunes suspension complete with adaptive dampers makes this car feel composed and agile. It stays flat through tight turns and offers enough feedback to inspire confidence without becoming punishing on daily drives. Torque vectoring and a limited slip differential help the front-wheel drive setup mitigate understeer, and if you're really pushing it, the Escape has a track mode that gives you just enough leeway to have fun without throwing you into a ditch. Dodge has also included launch control, multiple drive modes including Sport and Track, and an active exhaust that changes tone based on your throttle input and mode selection. Fuel economy? Well, no one buys an SRT4 to hypermole, but the 2026 model does deliver a respectable 24 mpg in the city and 32 on the highway with the automatic. The manual trims that slightly, but it's still within reason for a performance-focused daily driver. Now let's talk numbers. The base price for the 2026 Dodge Neon SRT4 starts at $33,495, which is aggressive considering what you're getting. The manual comes standard, while the dual-clutch transmission adds another $1,500, fully loaded with the premium performance package Brembo brakes, forged wheels, Harman Kardon audio, Alcantara package. You're looking at just under $40,000. That puts it squarely in competition with the likes of the Hyundai Elantra and Honda Civic Type R, and even some base-level German compacts. But the Dodge brings a rawer, more American flavor to the mix. Safety hasn't been ignored either. Dodge includes adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and automatic emergency braking as standard across all trims. There's also a new track telemetry app that logs your lap data and syncs with your phone. A subtle nudge from Dodge reminding you this car was built for more than commuting. So what's the verdict? The 2026 Dodge Neon SRT4 is more than just a nostalgia playa. It's a legitimate modern sport compact that holds its own against some very strong competition. It's fast, loud, full of character, and for the price, it punches well above its weight. Is it perfect? Not quite. The rear seat is tight, and front-wheel drive purists might still yearn for all-wheel grip. But what you're getting here is classic SRT DNA in a sharp new suit. For anyone who remembers the original SRT4 tearing up the streets in the early 2000s, this is a return to form. And for a new generation of enthusiasts, this might just be their first taste of raw, turbocharged Dodge performance, and it's one they won't forget. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe to Car Flash, and drop your thoughts on the 2026 Neon SRT4 in the comments. Would you daily it? Would you mount it? Would you take it to the track? We want to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and as always, drive safe, drive fast, and keep it flashing.